What's up everybody? Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday. I'm having a good Tuesday because I only got 1 week of school left from today. Next Tuesday, June 25th is my last day of school. So that's exciting. It's been a chill week. I've just been cleaning up the classroom. Kids have just been chilling, having a class party this Thursday. Yeah, it's just been a wind down season. And the icing on top was that Nintendo Direct that happened today. It's nice to get this Direct during the end of the school year and not like in the month of May or something where, you know, I'm usually stressed out. Like April and May are like very busy months for a teacher, but especially a special ed teacher because there's so much stuff due. So I'd be way more stressed if this came out earlier. But the fact that this Direct came out today was amazing. It was great. Even though I couldn't watch it live when it was coming because I was at school at 10 a.m. this morning. I did have to wait until I got back home to do the live reaction. That's been recorded and it's up on the channel. And I thought in today's stream, we don't play a game like we normally do. We'll take a break from Paper Mario, the Thousand-Year Door today, and we're just going to go over the Direct. I'm just going to talk about the games that were hype to me and kind of give more, thoughts about each of the game, because during the live reaction, you can only express so much feeling because you're in the moment, you know, it's hitting you and you're just reacting, right? And there's a lot of thoughts that come after the Direct is over and after you rewatch it. That you might want to discuss with people. So that's what this video is for. It's just like expanded thoughts, expanded discussions on some of the titles that were announced during today's Nintendo Direct. I am probably going to also slice up the video that I did and kind of just post the games that I'm like most hyped for. So maybe I'll do like a separate video for like Mario and Luigi Brothership. I think in my video I kept calling it Brotherhood. Mario and Luigi Brotherhood, I think. I'm not sure if I was calling it Brotherhood or Brothership. But Brothership is a great name for it because it takes place in the water, in the ocean, and you're traversing island to island, which I didn't connect until after the stream was over. Like Brothership is also just like a word, right? I guess like friendship, brothership. But the fact that it's a play on words, it's called Brothership because you're probably actually on a ship, right? In the game, there's a ship in the game and you're traversing from island to island. So I think that's cool. But anyway, let's actually dive in and watch some of these trailers again. I have the Nintendo Direct open on the side, so we're going to pull that up. Before I do, let me just make sure my links and everything got shared. I don't know if anybody follows Kit and Krista, but they actually had a bet if Metroid Prime 4 was going to be announced or not. Kit said that he would cut off his hair if it wasn't there, and Krista said that she'll take a pie to the face if it was there. So basically Kit was saying it was going to be there, Krista was saying it wasn't going to be there. That was the bet. Krista lost, so she got pied in the face. So that video is up. I was actually just watching that. That's what opened up on my phone. But yeah, Metroid Prime 4, it's out there. What's up, John Gaming? Hi, how are you? Welcome to the stream. You said haven't talked in a while. Yeah, you haven't been in here in a while, right? I remember you, though. Welcome to the stream. Today, we're just going to be looking at the Nintendo Direct. I already did a live reaction to the Nintendo Direct. It's up on the channel. But we're going to just take a second look at it. I'm not going to watch the whole thing because there's a lot of games in there that I don't really care for. There's 3 main games I want to talk about, which are Mario and Luigi Brothership, the new Zelda game. I think it's called Echoes of Wisdom. Though it's the first time we can play as what am I saying? First time we can play as Zelda. I was going to say the first time we could play as The Legend of Zelda. Finally, we can play as the title character, Zelda. And it's very creative. That game blew me away, actually. If you watch my live reaction, I'm kind of taken away by it because I'm like, wow, this game is actually very creative. I didn't expect it to be that creative. And then the Mario Party game is hype. We were just playing Mario Party 2 yesterday. That was a lot of fun. And the fact that they announced Super Mario Party Jamboree, it seems like they're advertising it as the biggest Mario Party yet. It looks like a lot of fun. A lot of the boards, we're going to talk about them, but they look like a lot of fun. Very creative board designs, in my opinion. And I feel like they've been slacking on the board designs in the past few Mario Party games, so it's nice to see that much creativity being put into the Mario Party boards. And then there's a couple small things in there that also caught my attention, like the basketball being added to Nintendo Switch Sports, and then there's the Looney Tunes game, which I know probably a lot of people don't care about, but I love Looney Tunes. So having a sports game, a Looney Tunes sports game, that just gives me Space Jam vibes. So we're going to take a closer look at everything I'm hyped for in this Nintendo Direct. You said, good, how have you been? I've been good as well. Thank you for asking. I've been very good this week because it's the last week of school. Oh, what's going on with my computer? Hold up. My computer is glitching. I don't know if that means it's time for me to get a new computer or not. But yeah, it's been pretty chill. The end of the school year is here. I only have 1 week of school left. My last day of school is next Tuesday, the 25th. So we've just been cleaning up the classroom. The kids have been chilling. We haven't really been doing any schoolwork. And we're doing a class party this Thursday for the kids. So everything's winding down. We also don't have school this Friday because our school is observing Juneteenth on Friday. So I kind of got a 3-day weekend to look forward to as well. So it's been chill. I'm very happy. I'm going to get like a 2-week summer break, and then summer school is going to start. So I'll be teaching summer school soon. But I can't wait to get just make content, stream more games during those 2 weeks. You said, yeah, I love Mario and Luigi Brothership and NES World Championship and Metroid Prime 4. Yeah. NES World Championship, I don't know why that was in this Direct, because that was something that Nintendo had already announced. So I felt like that just took up like unnecessary time. Also, like they squeezed in, it was a highlight, but they squeezed in Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which comes out next week. I mean, I guess they had to put it in there just to let people know, hey, by the way, don't forget, this game's coming out next week. So if you're hyped, you can buy it. But it's kind of like, sometimes I feel like that's wasted space. But honestly, if those weren't in there, the Direct would probably just be shorter. They wouldn't have like extra stuff to show. And it's funny how they're advertising Luigi's Mansion, because you know it's clearly a fall game. It's like a Halloween vibey game, but if you go onto the Nintendo Switch right now, you'll see a little advertisement for it, and it says Luigi Spooky Summer. Like they're just trying to make this. I guess they're just trying to celebrate Halloween early, which I probably shouldn't be mad about because I love Halloween and the fall season. But it's just funny that they're advertising it like that. Mario Party also, you're also hyped for Mario Party? Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. This Mario Party looks good. And it's coming out in October. I think it's like October 17th is the day. I think that's the perfect time to release it, because that's usually when the temperature starts getting cooler and more people are inside, right? It's cozy season. Thanksgiving's around the corner, then Christmas. People aren't outside as much, right? So what do you want to do when you're inside? You want to, you know, bundle up and play some Mario Party. I think it's the perfect time for Mario Party to come out. What's up, Iman? How are you? You said hi, how are we all? I'm doing good, Iman. Can't complain. I hope you're doing well, Iman. Today we're doing something different, Amon. We're not playing any games. You can look at the title of this stream. We're just doing kind of a chill Direct today. Not Direct, stream. Oh my god, my brain is just obsessed with this Direct right now. We're gonna be just doing a second live reaction to it. I already did my live reaction and uploaded it onto the channel. So if you want to see my initial reactions, they're in that video. You can skip around to whatever games you want, because there is a lot of stuff that was announced that I just didn't care for. But a few titles I got hyped for. It was pretty good. I did enjoy it, and my wallet is definitely going to get hit because there's 3 games coming out back to back to back. We got Zelda coming out in September. We got Mario Party Jamboree coming out in October, and then we got Mario and Luigi Brothership coming in November. September, October, November. So your boy is going to be losing $60 every month for 3 months straight on these video games. But I'm hyped because it looks really good. It's going to be a good end of the year. A lot of these games are going to be on people's wish lists for, you know, the holiday season, for Christmas. Nintendo is still going strong with the Switch. The Switch still has a lot of life left inside of it. And I really thought last year was going to be the last year of the Switch. I thought like Super Mario Bros. Wonder coming out at the end of October, and then Super Mario RPG coming out in November. Like, I thought those were the final like games for the Switch. But no, the Switch had an entire year worth of life still left in it. Because back then, if you remember, end of last year, a lot of people were predicting that the Switch 2 was going to be released this year, or whatever it's going to be, the next console from Nintendo. A lot of people thought it was going to be a holiday release for 2024, but now it's most likely coming out 2025. Nintendo is still, what am I trying to say? Nintendo usually does a direct in the end of the year, like September, October, around that time. So it is possible that they do a direct revealing their next console around that time, and then they could release it like in the spring of next year. It's interesting that Metroid Prime 4 is coming out to both. I mean, not both. It's still coming out to Switch, but there's possibility that it could come to both the Switch and the next console. It could be a hybrid game. Bro, I can't talk. My brain is like fried. I feel like I've been talking too much today. What's up, Robbo? Hi. How you been? I've been doing good, Robbo. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well as well. Alright, let's not waste any time. Let's hop in. Have you guys all watched the Direct already? You guys know everything that happened? I mean, I'm already talking about the stuff, so, you know, obviously if you're here, you're gonna get spoiled if you haven't looked at the Direct already. But I'm sure everybody has at this point if you're watching this stream. Alright, let's pause the music. Alright, let's switch to our PC capture. I'm actually going to adjust this because I feel like I'm taking up too much of this screen. You don't need to see the bed. It's all that empty space. So let's actually do that so we can see more of the games. This there. And let's lock it there. Oh, Iman, you said I only watched the new Zelda game. Are you okay with me watching the Direct here? I guess then this will be like a first time reaction for you as well then, if you haven't watched the other stuff yet. But I'm not gonna watch the whole Direct. I'm just gonna go over some of the stuff that I'm hyped for. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the first thing that they revealed, which is the game that I am the most excited for, which is kind of sad to say because that means the rest of the Direct kind of just went downhill, right? It didn't peak. It peaked at the beginning for me with Mario and Luigi Brothership. It started off at a high and then it went down, then it went up, but it didn't quite reach that peak for the rest of the stream, in my opinion. It would have been cool. I know Metroid Prime 4 is a hype game, and that's why they saved it for the end, because that's what most people are going to get hyped for. But if they had just started with Metroid Prime 4 and then ended it with Mario and Luigi Brothership, you know, that's kind of like more of the type of direct that I would want, because then I would be way more hyped at the end of the stream. My live reaction is kind of funny because I actually thought Metroid Prime 4 was Metroid Prime 2 remastered up until the point that the title screen popped up, and I was like, oh my god, what? This is Metroid Prime 4? Because I've never played Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, so I have no idea what the game actually looks like. And the graphics kind of look like remastered to me. They look good, but they don't look like next gen good, you know? So Metroid fans are gonna hate me. They watch my reaction to Metroid Prime 4. They'll be like, what? This guy thought this was Metroid Prime 2 the whole time up until the end of the trailer. Alright. Alright, so let's start this. Hopefully audio and everything's coming through fine. I didn't change the settings since my live reaction. I think it's fine. Yeah, there we go. Maybe I'll lower it a little bit. Alright, so this was the first game, Mario and Luigi Brothership. So it starts off and I'm like, alright, it's a Mario game. Then they show Luigi and I'm like, wait, what? And at this point I noticed the art style was from the RPG games and I was like, oh my god, we're getting a new Mario and Luigi RPG game. And I couldn't tell if this was a new game or if this was like a HD remake of an older game. But it is a brand new game. And it looks so good. It has this like cell shading look to it. This was also confusing. They showed this logo and I thought that's what the game was called, with no subtitle. But they did change that as the video goes on. They do show the title again with the subtitle. Yeah, and I wasn't even really paying attention to this, but it takes place on the ocean, and you're traveling from island to island, so it has like Wind Waker vibes, and it has cel shading graphics, kind of like. So it really reminds me of Wind Waker, but you know, Mario and Luigi instead. And then we got the good old turn-based fights. A for Mario, B for Luigi. Good stuff. Looks like we got new boss designs. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be so fun. And this is like you're making platforms. So there's stuff to do in the overworld and not just battles. Bowser's here. They showed Peach earlier. There's a bunch of these new characters. They got like square heads. Mario and Luigi Brothership. And what I just realized, so I was talking about this earlier, brothership, you know, is a word like friendship. But I didn't put it together that ship is talking about ship, like a boat that sails in the sea. And it's also written in that font, like how like a wooden boat would be like a sailboat. And if you look right here before this pops up, this is actually not an island, it's a boat. It's a big boat. Or a ship. And they got like cutscenes in here too. Like this right here, that's a ship. Like I did not notice that the first time I was watching this. I thought that was just an island. But the big tree is like the sail. Like the leaves are the sail. And up there at the top, there's kind of like, I don't know what you would call that, but it's like that area that you would go to kind of look out. At the lookout point, I guess. But it's very creative. And if you look at it, it just looks like an island, right? It looks like an island, but it's an actual moving ship. That's pretty cool. And so let's go back to some of these characters. Like this person right here. So these are like the new characters that exist in this area. So we're definitely not in the Mushroom Kingdom. Well, obviously not, because we're on the ocean. So it'll be interesting to see what part of the Mario world we're in here. And here, like, I guess, like, I guess we do. I don't know if we get a boat or not in the game, but I wonder if we're just blasting from island to island, because here we don't have a boat. But I wonder if we will eventually get a boat or be on that big boat that's taking us from island to island. So there's still a lot to learn about this game. I wonder if there's going to be different themes. Like over here, the grass is kind of dried up, so it gives me like fall vibes. So I wonder if we're going to have like different themed islands. I think that would be pretty cool if we have like a fall themed island and a winter themed island. I would like that. Different themes. Maybe like a volcanic island with fire. I'm sure they're going to do that. They usually do all the, what do you call them? Binomes or whatever. 'Cause I don't think everything is going to look like green tropical islands. I'm liking the backgrounds as well. The arenas that you're fighting in aren't basic. It really is like kind of looks like the area that you're in. And that's something cool. We got like movement options, multiple movement options in the overworld, where they kind of had to do this like tornado spin to get up right here. That's cool, to get over the lava. Over here we're seeing some like, I mean I'm sure one person is playing this, but you got two different controls here. You got Luigi swinging the hammer, and I guess Mario can also swing the hammer. But over here, the person is controlling Mario by moving up the platforms, and Luigi is swinging the hammer to move these platforms around. So there's a lot of puzzles in this game as well, like there were in the previous games, where you had to control the two brothers. So there's like two options in controlling the brother. You can have the brothers follow each other, and then you can switch them around. Or you can separate the brothers and just control like one of them at a time. So you could position them in proper places to like hit something and open something for the other brother to explore. So you can like separate them and kind of keep them together throughout the game. A lot more of those characters with Peach. This is like a, I think this flying pig thing is kind of like a mascot, or not a mascot, but like a partner character almost, because it seems like it's with Mario and Luigi the whole time. So it's kind of like a Navi character. What would you call those, like partner characters or companion characters? But yeah, this is the game that I'm definitely the most hyped for. Mario and Luigi Brothership. I've been playing a lot of Mario RPGs recently. I mean, if you've been following the channel, since November and the release of Mario RPG on the Switch, I've been playing that. Then I played Paper Mario on the N64. I'm currently playing Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. And what this game has made me decide, as soon as I saw it, I mentioned this in my live reaction as well, that I will be playing Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga on the Game Boy Advance Switch Online. It's on there. I'll be playing that after I'm done Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door to build up hype for this game. So definitely expect that on the channel. And I don't know what the storyline is with the Mario and Luigi games. I don't know like if they're tied together or if they're all completely different stories. But I'm just going to play that GBA one because that's the only one that's really available. The rest of them are on like the DS, the 3DS, so they're not really accessible unless I emulate them, because I don't have a DS or a 3DS. Another cool thing to note about this game is that it is the first time the Mario and Luigi games are coming to a home console, because this series, like Pokemon up until the 3DS era, was a handheld exclusive game. Came out on Game Boy Advance, the original game, and then the sequels came out on DS and 3DS. It was never on a home console. Pokemon was the same way, you know, handheld mainline Pokemon games, that is. Mainline Pokemon were exclusive to handhelds up until the Switch, and then with Sword and Shield, we got the first mainline Pokemon games on the Switch, and we're seeing that here now with the first mainline, I guess, Mario and Luigi game coming to, not even mainline, they're all mainline games. Basically the first Mario and Luigi game coming to home console. And you can also play it portably, right? You can play it in handheld mode if you want. but the option to be able to play this game with a controller on my monitor or on the TV screen, that's hype. And that's how I prefer to play games, honestly. I am a homebody. I like to stay at home for the most part. I don't really take games with me on the go like that. So in this point in my life, I'm a home console, play on the TV type of guy. In the future, that could change. I could turn into more of a portable or handheld guy. But as of right now, I want to play this game on the monitor. And it looks good. Really love the way it looks. All right, I've talked about this game enough. I'm sure there's the website has more details on it, but I'm not going to look into the website in this stream. I'll do that off stream. But let's keep going. Let's talk about some other games that were shown. So let's skim here. So Nintendo World Championships was shown as well. I'm going to skip that. Fairy Tail 2, not interested. A lot of RPGs. There was this, what is this? Fantasian Neo Dimension. Switch Sports. Okay, that's the next one we're going to talk about. So what I noticed was that there was a lot of RPGs, like anime type RPGs revealed in this stream. So I know there was a direct that happened in the past. I think maybe it was the September direct. But there was a direct where it was just nothing but farming games, and this one seemed like it was like mostly just RPGs. And this is an RPG too, Mario and Luigi Brothership. A lot of turn-based RPGs in here. Alright, so the next game I'm hyped for is not even a game. It is Switch Sports. Basketball coming to Switch Sports. So let's take a look at that next.
Another sport is coming to Spoko Square.
So in my live reaction, I made a mistake. I kept saying Mario Sports Mix. I meant Wii Sports Resort, because basketball was also in Wii Sports Resort, and it played very similarly to this, which makes sense because this is a sequel to Wii Sports.
In 2-on-2 matches using motion controls.
So we could do 2-on-2 matches using motion controls. This is also great. So you can play against your friends and see who can get the most baskets. This is crazy. Like shooting basketballs at the same time.
Besides local play, you can team up with players worldwide in 2-on-2 online matches.
You can play online with random people.
Nintendo Switch Sports dunks its way onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
All right, let's pause it there. Let's talk about this real quick. So, it's coming this summer. Now, what's confusing to me is that if it's coming out this summer, that's literally in 2 days. Like, summer starts on the 20th. It should be early enough to the point where you should be comfortable to announce a release date. Instead of just saying summer 2024, it's almost summer 2024. We're practically there. They could have given us a release date for this, I feel like. Or this could have just been something that they dropped today. You know, like, hey, it's available now. Like, I don't know why we have no date for this. It's kind of weird, especially when we have dates for games that are coming out, you know, in January. Like, Donkey Kong has a date, like in January, Donkey Kong Country. That was another game that was announced here. It's just an HD remake of... Not a remake, it's just an HD port, I guess, of Donkey Kong Country from the Wii. Donkey Kong Country Returns from the Wii that they're bringing over to Switch. But that has a release date, and that's in January. So something that's coming out very soon, it doesn't even have a release date. It's a little bit weird. But I am hyped for it. You know, Wii Sports Resort... Switch Sports, all those games give off summer vibes. Like, even just looking at this, right? You're by the ocean. This just gives me summer vibes. So, getting an update for the game in the summer, that's fitting. I do like that. And I could definitely see myself playing this a bit during the summer. It's not something I'm probably going to be playing too much, but I'll definitely make some content on it. Maybe I'll make a video of me trying it out, playing it. I definitely will make some shorts of me playing it. But yeah, it's cool. It's nice. And it's fitting too because the basketball NBA season actually ended yesterday. The finals were yesterday and the Celtics took it. So it's fitting that this was announced a day after that happened. So not a big announcement, but definitely something I'm looking forward to. And it'll be something to do in the summer. All right, let's keep it rolling. So, this is another one I'm hyped for. Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports. So I'm a big Looney Tunes guy. Grew up with the Looney Tunes in the 90s. Big Space Jam guy as well. Love Space Jam, and I love Space Jam New Legacy as well. The new one with LeBron James. So anything with Looney Tunes and sports, I'm down. And this game also has basketball in it. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a Space Jam game. So let's take a look at this. It was part of their highlights, so they go over it very quickly. They don't talk about it much, but this is Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports. That's what it's called. And it's coming out in the fall. No set release date.
Let's get loony in this wacky sports game. Play as Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, and more across 4 arcade-style sports.
So there's 4 sports in here. Tennis, basketball, soccer, and something else.
But watch out for falling anvils.
So this is soccer.
Wacky World of Sports crashes onto Nintendo Switch this fall.
What's up, Doug?
That's all, folks.
Let's game on.
Alright, so let me take a look at that again, because it says there's 4 sports here. I only identified 3 of them. Let's see if we could find what all the 4 sports are. So this is soccer, right? Yeah, there's a soccer goal in the back here. They're wearing like soccer jerseys and shorts.
Looney in this wacky sports game.
This is basketball. Clearly we can see basketball. There's a hoop there. They're wearing basketball jerseys.
Play as Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck,
Soccer
Porky
again.
Pig.
What is this? Is it golf? That looks like golf. But he's not wearing a club. I mean, he's not holding a club, right? Or unless it's behind him.
And more across 4.
So that's tennis. So we have basketball, soccer, and tennis. That's 3. What's the 4th sport? Is it golf?
Arcade-style sports.
I wish they kind of just told us what the 4 sports were.
Unleash
Basketball,
the full power
tennis
of athlete
again,
across iconic levels in up to 4-player local co-op.
soccer,
But watch out for falling anvils. Looney Tunes
Soccer.
Wacky World of Sports crashes onto Nintendo Switch this fall.
What's up, Doug?
That's all, folks.
Let's game on.
Yeah, they really only show 3 sports there. They don't show what the 4th one is. So I'm assuming it's golf just because of the outfit that some of them are wearing, but I feel like that could also be like a tennis outfit, possibly like wearing a polo shirt. I've seen some of the characters wearing polo shirts in there. Yeah. But maybe we'll wait for like another trailer or something to see more of that game. But for now, it looks like a fun game to play. It seems like a pick up and play game, which is nice. It doesn't seem like there's much of a learning curve there. You can kind of just pick it up and play a sport and just try it out. Alright, so let's keep it going. Alright, so here's the next one, Donkey Kong Country Returns. We'll look at this too. So this is a HD remake, I guess you could say, of the Wii game, Donkey Kong Country Returns. I've played this on the Wii. Good times.
Donkey Kong Country Returns, originally released on the Wii system, is barreling onto Nintendo Switch in HD. The villainous Tiki Tak tribe has hypnotized the local wildlife and stolen
Now this is
Donkey
something
Kong's
I think
precious
my wife
banana
might
orb.
enjoy. She hasn't played it. So, and it has a multi-player
Obstacles
mode
in the
as
way?
well.
Just stop 'em.
So that's maybe something that me and her can do together if she's down. She also loves
and
monkeys.
roll on through.
Monkeys are her favorite
Each level
animals.
is filled with hijinks, but they're no
So she
match
might be down
these
for
top
this.
Bananas. From manic minecarts to high-flying rocket
I also
barrels,
got the boy Donkey Kong right here on top of my monitor.
and even hitching a ride on Randy.
He's watching his own game.
There are plenty
Check
of
it out.
transportation methods available. Pass a Joy-Con controller to a buddy for 2-player local co-op.
Alright, let's put you back up here. I hope I didn't mess the focus of the
80
camera
appealing
with
levels
that.
are in store, including the additional levels from the Nintendo 3DS version.
There we go.
Donkey Kong Country Returns HD swings onto the Nintendo Switch system January 16th.
Yeah, but this is what I was talking about. That game, we have release dates for January, but a game that's coming out in the summer, or not even a game, a DLC update doesn't even have a release date in the summer when we have release date for a full game here. Again, this one, this is probably really hype for people that have not played Donkey Kong Country Returns. It's basically like them getting a new game. And it's pretty cool because now both Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country Returns are both playable on the Switch. So you got access to 2 Donkey Kong Country games, and they're both fantastic platformers. Some of the best 2D platformers there are. What's up, August? Welcome to the stream. You said you're watching it for the first time? I am not watching it for the first time. I already watched the whole thing already. I did a live reaction and uploaded it onto the channel. So if you want to see my initial reaction to everything, it's there. But this is just kind of I'm just skipping around and just going over some of the stuff that I'm hyped for. I'm not going over everything. You said some bangers so far, right? Yeah. Definitely. Honestly, the first game they showed, Mario and Luigi Brothership, that's like the peak of this direct in my opinion. So it starts off at peak, a banger, and then like it kind of goes downhill, and then it does go up, but it never reaches the height of Mario and Luigi Brothership in my opinion. There are definitely hype games here though, for sure. I know like Metroid Prime 4 is probably what most people are hyped for, and that's why they saved that game for the end. It's a game that most people have been waiting for. But Metroid Prime, for me, it's not a series that I'm that passionate about. I'll play it still. I played through Metroid Prime Remastered. I finished that entire game. But near the end, I was struggling. You remember, I was streaming it last year on Twitch. I did finish the game. But I did end up selling it after I was done with it, because I was like, I'm probably never going to play this game again. And the funny thing about my live reaction to Metroid Prime 4 is that I thought it was Metroid Prime 2 the whole time. I thought it was Metroid Prime 2 remastered, because I have no idea what that game looks like. And it looked very similar, like graphically, to the Metroid Prime remastered. Unless it does look way better, I just can't tell. But I was shocked when the name of the game popped up and it said Metroid Prime 4. I was like, what? This was Metroid Prime 4 the whole time that I was looking at it? And I was like, wait, it looks like that? I was like, I expected it to look better than what it did. Maybe I have high expectations, I don't know. But maybe because in my brain I had just thought, hey, this is just going to be the next console's game and it won't come to Switch anymore. So I was just thinking, oh, it's going to get a next-gen release and it's going to look a lot better on the next system. And I think that could still happen because they announced that game for next year, 2025. So it could be a cross-release game if they release it the day the next console comes out. Then you can get it on Switch, and you can also get it on the next console. And it'll probably run better and look better on the next console than it does on the Switch. You said same for me. That first one, Brothership, reminded me of Superstar Saga a lot. I'm excited for it. Yeah, exactly. And it's funny, too, because in my live reaction for that game, I actually say, during my reaction, all right, it's happening. We're playing Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Like, I just made that decision on the spot. We're going to be playing it after Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. So get hyped for that, because that's coming, and it's going to be perfect build-up for us to get Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga done, so that we can get ready for Mario and Luigi Brothership in November. And again, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga is a game that I have played in the past, but again, me and Zerar, we both got stuck at like some boss fight that we couldn't get past as kids, and we never finished the game. So me going into the GBA online and playing that game again is doing my childhood a service, my childhood version of me a service, to beat whatever that boss was that I couldn't get past and actually finish the game and get ready for Mario and Luigi Brothership. I'm hyped for it as well. What's up, Alec? How are you? You said I really enjoy all the Nintendo first-party games. Yeah, and I'm mainly talking about the first-party games here. There's a lot of stuff here. This was a 42-minute long direct, and there's a lot of stuff in here, honestly, that I did not care for. And during the direct, during my live reaction, you'll see that I'm talking over a lot of the other games, and I'm just talking about Mario and Luigi, or I'm talking about like Mario Party. Yeah. You said, but I don't know if I like the art style. Yeah, it's like a cel-shaded look. I do like it. It reminds me of Wind Waker. The game's concept reminds me a lot of Wind Waker. Because it takes place on islands. You're traveling from island to island, and it has that cel-shaded look. It's like Mario and Luigi Wind Waker edition, basically. You said, yeah, Metroid Prime, I'm disappointed from the trailer. It still looks outdated from the little gameplay they showed. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that, because I legit thought it was Metroid Prime 2. Like, and I did rewatch it. I was like, oh, maybe it does look better than I thought it did. And then when I rewatched the trailer, because me and D-Jack, we rewatched the trailer while we were eating tacos today. It's Taco Tuesday, so we were having some tacos, and we were rewatching the direct. Because she watched it while she was at work, and she was, like, doing work while listening to it, so she didn't really pay full attention to it, so she wanted to rewatch it. But when I rewatched it, I was like, it looks good, but it still kind of just looks like a remastered or like a HD version of like a previous game, in my opinion. It doesn't look next level or next gen enough. We're going to get to that. I feel like I'm talking about games before I'm even there, because I've been going through it. So I've already talked about Mario and Luigi Brothership. We talked about Switch Sports. Basketball's coming to Switch Sports, so that's hype. We talked about Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports. I'm excited for that. Big Looney Tunes guy, big Space Jam guy. So if there's Looney Tunes playing sports, you know I'm there. That's coming out in the fall. All right, let's look at the next game. So we just talked about Donkey Kong. The next game I'm hyped for, they squeezed in Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which comes out next week in here as well, but we're not talking about that. See, a lot of games here I just don't care for. So let's talk about this. Switch Online. This is pretty cool. Let's play this real quick. So we're getting more games for the expansion pack, and one of them is a 4-player Zelda game.
More classic titles are on the way.
A Link to the Past 4 Swords for the Game Boy Advance.
Classic 16-bit adventure and team up online to explore.
And this is cool because you can team up with 3 other people and actually play this like you were playing with like a Link cable or something back in the day. And then you got Metroid Prime Zero Mission as well coming to Game Boy Advance as well. Another game that I have not experienced. I haven't really played a Metroidvania, so maybe that's something we'll check out in the future. And this is something cool too. They're actually adding mature rated games like Turok.
Brave the dangerous lost land to stop the campaigners' nefarious schemes in Turok: Dinosaur Hunter.
Yeah, I don't think this is the Turok that we played as kids, but we definitely played a Turok game on the N64. And then they got what is this, Perfect Dark, right? Yeah. Another mature rated game. D-Jack was like, oh, gun games, I gotta play those. And she was like, oh, they're coming out today? I can go online today and play these gun games? Yeah. You said Def, not just you. You know I was excited for it. The animations look more fluid, but it just looks old, and the mechanics are too old, like lock on and stuff. Yeah, 100%. And that's why while watching that trailer, I didn't get the vibe that it was a new game. I thought it was just a remastered. Because it still did look stiff. It looked kind of slow-paced at sections, especially like when it was scanning the enemy and you were getting like information, like the bio on the enemy. That just looked like something from like the Metroid Prime remastered game that I played. So I thought it was going to look completely different, honestly. I am disappointed as well, even though I'm not a big Metroid fan. So my expectations were high to begin with. Actually, that's a lie. I think my expectations were high for this game just because it was announced so long ago. And I feel like they had time. They had a lot of time to work on this game. And I know at some point they did scratch everything and change like development studios for the game. So it was kind of like they were starting over, but still I feel like a lot of the work that they were doing should have transferred over, unless they really did just start from zero again. But yeah, it doesn't look revolutionary. And I think that's the biggest thing that's missing from Metroid Prime 4. It's not revolutionary enough. I haven't looked at other people's opinions on the game yet, so I'm very interested to see what other people are saying. I don't know if a lot of people are just buying into the hype and just like, oh yeah, this looks great, just because it's Metroid Prime 4. But I did like the fact that they put the title of the game at the very end, and they didn't like show off Metroid Prime 4 first, because I feel like that could have altered a lot of people's opinions of it. Because then, you know, if you see Metroid Prime 4, right, the name of the game first, and then you see the trailer for the game, you're going to be, like, super hyped. But because it started off and you didn't know what it was, I just thought it was Metroid Prime 2 remastered coming to Switch, right? And then when the title dropped, I was in shock, because I was like, I did not expect Metroid Prime 4 to look like that. All right, let's keep it rolling. A lot of these games I'm skipping. Okay, this is the next big one. Mario Party. And then we're getting a new Mario Party coming in October. I think it's October 17th. Perfect time to release a Mario Party game when the temperature starts to get cooler. Everybody's inside for the holiday season. Great time to get cozy inside and play some Mario Party with your pals. All right. And they're advertising this as like the biggest Mario Party. So there you are. Welcome to the bigger, bolder Mario Party.
The Mario Party series takes place on an enormous island resort. Get ready to jump into the biggest selection of Mario Party minigames yet in Super Mario Party Jamboree.
I like the name.
First, let's see some of the new boards where you'll compete to collect the most stars.
This is cool. They put a lot of work into the boards. So this is a mall. This is cool. You can get a deal. Get the coin for, get the star for 10 coins instead of 20. This is another cool one. You guys are in cars, but not together. You guys are separated. That one has a lot of speed.
The ebb and flow of the tide can change your path.
Tides go up and down here. This is a nice like tropical themed one to play during the summer.
5 new game boards. 2 boards from previous Mario Party games make their return.
Oh, let's pause. Oh, paused it too late. Hold up. So let's go back a little bit.
When the volcano blows its top.
So these are the 5 that are coming. There's 5 new maps, boards. There's Mega Wiggler's Tree Party, King Bowser's Keep, which are the 2 that they didn't really show. And then the 3 at the bottom were the ones they kind of showed, which Roll'em Raceway, which is cool. It's like a Mario Kart themed track. And it seems like there's going to be a lot of spaces here. And you can move up to like 40 spaces. And you're all in different cars. This one looks really cool. Like a very fast-paced board. Very unique. And then the Goomba Lagoon is another one. This one, the board gets affected by the tides, which I think is very unique. It's a unique gimmick because sometimes, you know, the water will be low and you might be able to access some of the spaces under the water, and sometimes the water will rise and then the paths will change. It's also a nice tropical summer themed board. I like the little pirate ship here. It comes out in October, so if you want to experience the summer vibes, you're going to have to wait like a whole year almost to play this in the summer. And then you got Rainbow Galleria, which I think is awesome. This is a like Coconut Mall vibe place. You're going through a mall. There's escalators. There's multiple floors. There's a top floor and a bottom floor. There's sales. I like how they kind of incorporated that into the board where you can get a sale on a star and get it for 10 coins instead of 20. This is basically the Black Friday board. And then we don't know much about these 2, but interested to find out. And something else that is cool is what they announced next. So 2 boards are coming back. from previous Mario Party games. So this is from the first Mario Party. There's a sky level. I forget what it's called. I don't think they mention it in here. But this one's Western World from Mario Party 2. And these maps are getting HD remakes. So they didn't look like this back on the N64. They're redoing them. So I think that's a vibe. Mario Party 2 is my favorite Mario Party game. We were playing that yesterday and having a lot of fun with it. And it's nice to see this love being brought to a previous Mario Party board. I kind of wish they would do this with Pirate Island, which was the one that we were playing on yesterday. It's a pirate-themed one, and it's a nice summer vibe, tropical island. But Western World is great. This one's iconic as well, so can't wait to try this out.
Previous Mario Party games make their return.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's what it's called. Mario's Rainbow Castle. So it's like a castle in the sky, basically.
Some mini games are action-packed challenges.
Seems like there's new mini games in here. That's always refreshing.
And some are controlled by gently shaking.
And I think the whole game is played with just a Joy-Con, with a single Joy-Con. That's how the first Super Mario Party is played as well. And there are 110 mini games in total, so there's a lot here. This is another crazy thing. Up to 20 people online can play. This seems too hectic, honestly. I'm not a big fan of these type of things where you get so many people into one area. I feel like it's an easy way for the game to start slowing down.
The biggest Mario Party yet will soon be underway when the Super Mario Party Jamboree game launches on the Nintendo Switch system October 17th.
October 17th, baby. Halloween season. Best way to celebrate Halloween is by eating candy and playing some Super Mario Jamboree. Alright, the next game is actually right after this one that I want to talk about. It's the next Legend of Zelda game. And it's an actual Zelda game. Because we can actually play as Zelda in this game for the first time ever.
Super Mario Party Jamboree. With new boards, mini games, 20-player online gameplay, and more, get ready for the biggest Mario Party in series history. And now, please take a look at this.
So when this was first shown off, I was like, hey, is this like a HD remaster of another top-down Zelda from the past? I wasn't sure. But nope, it turns out to be a completely new game. And they took the art style from Link's Awakening. And they're using that for a whole new story featuring Zelda as the lead. And this is perfect too. Another game that's perfect because I was already planning on playing Link's Awakening this summer. Because, as you guys know, I keep this Link's Awakening amiibo on my desk as a reminder for me to play this game. So I'm actually kicking off summer this Thursday with Minish Cap on the Game Boy Advance. And then I'm going to go into Link's Awakening after I'm done Minish Cap. And this would be perfect to play right after Link's Awakening. This comes out in September as well. So, I don't know how long it'll take me to get through Minish Cap and Link's Awakening, but if I'm playing those two games back to back, it'll probably take me a while until we get to this. It's called The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. What you just saw was the latest installment, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
And this game looks very creative. The combat system is phenomenal. They gave you so much freedom in this game. Just like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom gave you so much freedom. They did the same thing here.
We wanted to create a new gameplay style that breaks conventions seen in past Legend of Zelda games with a top-down perspective.
Tifio out here. Let's go, Minish Cap, baby! Yeah. I'm going to be playing a lot of games this summer. Playing Minish Cap, then Link's Awakening after that, and then I'll also be playing Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door alongside Minish Cap, and then when Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is done, we'll be playing Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. It's all building up hype, man. We're building up hype to this game and the next Mario and Luigi game. So this is cool. She gets a companion, kind of like a Navi character, and her main weapon is like a staff.
By waving the tri-rod at a table she found, Zelda
Oh, it's a
learned how to
rod.
create an imitation of it called an echo. Once you
So
learn an
D-Jack
echo
is actually
something, you
excited
can
about this
recreate
too.
it whenever
She's
you
actually thinking
like.
about picking up this game
Even
as
if there's
well.
a wall blocking your
Because
path,
she likes
you
the
can
look
create
of it. She
echoes
likes the
of
chibi
tables
look,
to get a leg up.
and she likes this mechanic.
Just like that.
She just wants to place tables everywhere.
You can create wooden boxes, old beds, and unusual things like water blocks.
It is a very
How you
unique
use them
concept, I
separately
would
or
say.
together is entirely
I didn't
up
expect
to
this
you.
game to be as creative.
Learn and create echoes
and
of
give
things
you this
find
much
while
freedom.
exploring Hyrule. You might be surprised at what you discover.
Oh, you said you're driving right now? Drive safe, Tifios.
Even battles will look different. You could pick up and throw a rock echo, for example. That's not all, though. You can also create echoes of monsters. After doing so, they'll fight by your side.
So here you can make
Monsters have different abilities, so choose the one you want
you
to
can
create
summon
based
basically
on the
enemies to fight
situation.
for you.
Wisdom is key, after all.
There's so much things you can do in this game. Everybody's playthrough of this game is going to look drastically different. There's fireworks, gliding with a bird.
In a Hyrule without Link, the fate of the kingdom is now in Zelda's hands.
How was that? I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of the Echo ability, which channels Princess Zelda's wisdom. There are a lot of echoes in this game. To be honest, I haven't counted them all yet. How you solve puzzles and battle enemies will change depending on the echoes used. In short, we've created a game where each player's experience will be different.
Yeah, and that's really
The
cool.
Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom launches September 26th.
Okay, so I love this art style. I think this is the box art right here. If you just cut off the sides here, that's probably what the box art is going to look like with Zelda in the front, and then you got Link in the back here. I'm assuming that's Ganon, right? Isn't that how Ganon looks like in some of the older games? Very cool. And I don't think Link's Awakening doesn't take place in Hyrule, right? This actually takes place in Hyrule. So that's one significant difference I've seen between the two games. And I'm still trying to figure out if this is like a sequel to Link's Awakening. Are they like giving Link's Awakening a sequel, or is this just like a completely different game just using the same art style? Because it's using the same art style, you know, a lot of people are going to link Link's Awakening and this game together. So obviously that's unclear. Then again, the Zelda timeline, in my opinion, is very hard to follow and connect as it is. So I'm not going to think too much about it. I'm going to let the Zelda theorist, Zeltic, and all of them figure this one out, and I'll watch their video on it to understand what's going on here. But I do like the concept. It's very refreshing, very creative. And again, like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, you have the freedom to play kind of like the way you want. You have a bunch of echoes that you collect throughout the game, and then you can use them to solve puzzles. You can get from point A to point B, or you can just use them in creative ways to unlock areas and stuff. And obviously battle. You can battle creatively by using your echoes. You can like make rocks and throw them, or you can just summon other enemies, because echoes can also be enemies. You can escape from enemies by making a staircase of like beds or something and just jumping, you know, using them as a ladder to get away from them, to get to higher ground. So there's going to be a lot of ways to play this game, and that's exciting. And this game comes out September 26, 2024. And in my live reaction, I was saying that my bank account, my wallet is going to get hit basically, because we got a game coming out September, October, and November that I'm hyped for. I'll be picking this game up for sure. I think D-Jack might pick it up as well, because she's looking forward to it. I think this is one that she's loved just by looking at it. She kind of instantly fell in love with its art style. And I'm also going to be playing Link's Awakening. I don't know if she knows that that game has the same art style, but after I'm done playing that, I'll let her try that and see if that's a game that she wants to play. But I think she more so wants to play this because of the ability in this game, where you can make echoes. That looks like a lot of fun. And then the following month after this game's release is October. That's when Mario Party is going to come out, Mario Party Jamboree. And then after Mario Party Jamboree, we are going to get Mario and Luigi Brothership in November. So 3 months back to back. We'll be buying them games. We're going to be doing vlogs for them. Launch day vlogs. Even though I don't think I'll be getting all of them on launch day. Actually, maybe I will. Yeah, I think I can see myself getting all of these on launch. We'll do launch day vlogs. We'll definitely stream Echoes and Mario and Luigi. I probably won't stream Mario Party. Alright, let's keep it going. I think there's only one more game to talk about, really, which is... Stray is coming, too. So, Stray is a game. You're a cat. It doesn't look as good here. Let's just look at this, because it's something DJ's excited for.
A stray's journey begins.
So, this is already out on PC and PlayStation and Xbox, but it's finally coming to Switch. If you have any of the other systems, I would say just buy it on the other systems, because it looks better and probably plays better on those systems than it does on the Switch. But if Switch is the only way you like to play games, or if you want to play it portably and you don't have a Steam Deck, then this is the version for you.
Cyber City through the eyes of a cat separated from their family and friends. Explore alongside a drone known as B-12 to find your way home.
Again, I can kind of see the pixels.
Carefully
Graphically,
find
this
the
doesn't look the
highest
best.
heights. Create new paths for yourself.
And I know it's not all about the
Squeeze
graphics.
into tight spaces. Think like a cat to make your way through the city. Careful,
But
though.
this is great for
Not
Switch
everyone is
people that want
excited
to
have
play
you
Stray.
sneaking around, including hordes of hostile creatures ready to swarm. Keep exploring to venture into more areas of this unfamiliar world and make your way back to safety. Stray finds its way onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Again, no release date for that game, just holiday. Alright, then they did, let's see, Ace Attorney is one. I know that Shalambo is excited for. Or Jai. Shalambo is her Twitch name, I think. Jai is excited for. And I guess Stray is another game that Shalambo or Jai would be excited for as well. But she already has that game, I think, on PC. Alright, now let's just skip to the last one. Alright, Metroid Prime 4, obviously. If you watch my live reaction, I'm like, oh, it's Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Remastered. I was so confident. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, yep, that's Metroid because of the Federation. Because I remember one of their games was called Federation Force. So as soon as I saw the word Federation, I was like, that's Metroid. But like this opening, it kind of reminded me of Remastered, right? And then I was like, hey, this could just be Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. And graphically, this doesn't look that great in my opinion. It looks okay. It looks good, but not like next level. And I was like, oh yeah, this is just Metroid Prime 2. I have no idea what Metroid Prime 2 looks like. I never played it. The music is familiar, so I'm like, yeah. Metroid Prime 2, baby. Like, I don't know what I was expecting from Metroid Prime 4, but it definitely wasn't this. Like, this looks outdated. Just like, you know, scanning things and text coming up. Like, I don't know. If you're a Metroid fan, I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me. I'm just an ignorant person who does not know anything about this franchise. I'm uncultured when it comes to Metroid. But like this doesn't look next gen. This just looks, it looks kind of like basic. Nothing's blowing my mind. And then when I saw this character, which I've never seen before, that's when I always started questioning it. I was like, wait, is it? And then this pops up and I'm like, wait, what? That was Prime 4? And it's coming out 2025. All right. You said, yeah, I noticed the lower fidelity on the trailer too. I was so excited when this came up. I reacted with your bro. Oh, you reacted with Zerar? Nice. Oh, you guys were in the Discord? Were you guys doing like a live reaction together? The HUD and environment details look dry, yes, but I'm pretty sure it's just the beginning area. Okay. Yeah, like, it really does look dry. That's like the perfect word to describe it, because I just expected more. Like, I expected more flashiness from Metroid Prime 4. It looks very dry, very stale, kind of colorless, but I guess maybe that's the vibe of Metroid. Like all of this looks very basic. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I can't tell the difference between this HUD right here and the remastered one that we had on Switch. It looks very similar. Even with like how it looks here, like how her hand cannon looks like, it just looks similar to how Metroid Prime Remastered looks like. And that's why I thought this was Metroid Prime 2 the whole time. I hated scanning stuff in that game, man. But I guess if you're into the lore, it's important. Is this wait, is this like a straight up jet plane over here? Or like a fighter jet in the Metroid universe? Wait, hold up. What's with this ship design right here? I mean, I don't know if this looks Metroid-y enough. This just looks like they put a fighter jet in this game. And especially with how like Samus's ship looks. I expect the ships to look a little bit more crazier than this. It just looks like, I mean, I guess it has those two things sticking out from the back, and maybe like it's more domey in the front, but I don't know. It just, what is this, Call of Duty? We're playing Call of Duty? Also, this might be an unpopular opinion too. I don't like the way this logo looks. I feel like they could have done a better job with the logo. I know this is something that probably doesn't matter anything in the grand scheme of things, but maybe because it's purple and like Metroid Prime 4, everybody's just kind of associated the game with the color blue because we had that one title shot to go off of and it had blue on it. So I just thought maybe there would be blue incorporated into like the title, but the fact that it's purple, you know, nothing wrong with purple. But it just feels like a different game. It doesn't like feel like the Metroid Prime 4 that we were promised. I think they were trying to stay true to Metroid Prime series. The problem with that, even being a fan, is that this series needs a modernized overhaul. It needs to be rethought from the ground up. Yeah. Yeah, they do need to change a lot of things, but they kind of have to try to keep that core alive. You know, you can't change the core. If you change the core, then it's not a Metroid Prime game anymore. But I see what you're saying. It needs a lot of modern day updates. They need to think of it as a new IP and treat it as such. It looks like Halo 2, the original. I hated scanning too. It should be an automatic function in your helmet. Yeah, something where you don't have to actually actively do it, right? And I think like it was required for you to do it, right? For like certain parts of the game, I feel like it's a required thing to scan the enemies. Or maybe it's not required. Maybe you just had to scan it till... Yeah, no, I don't think it's required. I think if you're as a new person playing the game, to learn about the enemies, you have to scan them. It's part of the mechanics. Like, if I want to know what the enemy's weak point is, or if I can't like figure out how to beat an enemy, then if you scan it, you might get a hint on how to beat it. So I think it is optional. But it was still kind of annoying to do, and I would forget to do it most of the time. You said I'm optimistic. It'll be amazing and worth it. It's Retro Studios, and Prime 1, 2, and 3 were all some of the best games ever made. Yeah, I'm definitely playing it. Even though I'm not a big Metroid fan, I'm definitely playing it. I want to give it a honest shot as well. I want to play it and try it. But I'm just going based off of what my opinions are as of just watching this trailer. I'm hoping I'm wowed with like future trailers of this game. And I'm hoping that this game is also a cross-release game, where it's coming to Switch, but it's also going to be like a launch title for the next system. They said 2025. They didn't give us a date, but it could get the Twilight Princess and Breath of the Wild treatment, where it's on 2 systems. And I kind of hope that it is on the next system, because I feel like it'll look a lot better and run a lot smoother on the next system, especially if they're putting power behind the next system. That's where I would ideally want to play it. It's also interesting that they announced this before showing us, you know, Prime 2 and Prime 3 remaster. That's another thing. I did mention in my live reaction that Nintendo typically does a direct in, like, you know, the fall. So they'll do one like in September or October possibly. And I know they're probably going to like maybe announce the next console during that presentation. But it would also be cool if they drop, or like Shadow drop Metroid Prime 2 remastered and Metroid Prime 3 Corruption remastered as well. Just so that, you know, all the Metroid Prime games are available to play before Metroid Prime 4 comes out. Because it's a little weird that they would remaster the first one and then just skip completely 2 and 3 and go straight to 4. Plus, it's cool to see a fan theory from 2007 being confirmed. The 100% ending of Prime 3 showed a ship of a character following Samus's ship. Everyone thought it was Sylex's ship. He's a character from Metroid Prime Hunters. And here in 2024, here he is in the trailer. Oh, that was Sylex? The guy that shows up with the 2 Metroids behind him? The blue character? I didn't know that was a previously like shown character. I mean, again, I don't keep up with Metroid, so I'm not really educated on it. But he's from Metroid Prime Hunters. That's the DS game, right? Metroid Prime Hunters. Can't wait to check out the new forest biome area. Is that probably like the opening area? No, that's not the opening area. The opening area seems like it's like a facility area. I think like the first area in the Metroid Prime Remastered was also like the facility. Like you were in a space facility out in space, and then when you go to the planet, the first area that you explore is like the forest area. So maybe like it's similar here, because it seems like we're in some type of factory area right now, and it's probably the starting area like you said. And then once we get on the ship and then we go to a planet or something, maybe the... Oh yeah, they actually did show that. That's actually right after this, right? Beyond is also the subtitle of this game. But right after this, I think they show... Yeah, right here. This area you're talking about, the forest area. This looks cool. I will say that. I like the way this looks, especially with the big trees. This looks cool. That actually gives me like One Piece vibes. It makes me think of the big Eve tree and Adam tree right here. Looking at these gigantic trees. Again, I know graphics aren't everything, but graphically, like, I don't know. I just expected Metroid Prime 4. I think it was just overhyped in my brain. Like, honestly, it was a Switch game, so I shouldn't have had high expectations on the way it would look. I don't know why in my brain I just thought Metroid Prime 4 would look like a PS5 game or something, but obviously it's not on a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. But here we are. It's on the Switch. Yeah, yeah, you said yes, that's a known character. He's not new. Yeah, I didn't know that. And yes, Prime Hunters was on the DS. I wonder where they can take the story, though. Because the Prime Trilogy was a closed story, and it had a definite resolution. Okay. Yeah, so now it's like, now they're just building upon the ending of that game. Even though it closed the resolution, like the story ended. Now it's almost like they have to just start a new trilogy or a new storyline. So you're gonna have to figure something out. And it also depends on like how this game ends. Will this game end like with a perfect ending, or will it like leave it open to a sequel? Like, could we get Metroid Prime 5 and Metroid Prime 6, you know? Maybe this is the start of a new trilogy. I think they talk about it a bit here, but they don't really say anything.
That was a first look at Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
They just say like we have to wait a little bit
After
longer.
very long time, we are finally able to share more information about this title. Release is planned for 2025, so please wait a little bit longer. We hope you're looking forward to Samus Aran's new adventure. That's all
Yeah.
for today's Nintendo
They didn't
Direct.
really say anything.
Thank you for watching.
All right, let's switch back to just chatting. Let's play some tunes. You said keep in mind it could also be a launch title for the Switch 2. The graphics could look better. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying that I'm hoping that this is a cross-platform game, cross-gen game, where it comes to both this system, the Switch, and it comes to the next console. That'd be hype, because I'll definitely get it on the next console if that's the case. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if it's delayed to 2026, bro. You know how many people are going to be upset? I don't think it will, honestly, because they waited this long to show us this game. This game, when was it initially announced? Like 2019 or something? I don't know if it was 2019 or if it was before that, but it's been a long time since they revealed Metroid Prime 4, when they showed us just the title logo saying that it's in development. What direct was that? What year was that? I don't even remember. But it's been so long, I don't think they were going to show us this and tell us it's coming out next year and then not keep that promise. But then again, you're right. Things could happen in development, and things, you know, it's that saying that Miyamoto had, right? A rushed game is forever bad, but a delayed game could be a good game, or has the potential to be a good game, because so you never know. It just depends on the development process of the game. But I feel like they're pretty confident with the 2025 release, just because it's been so long. Like, if they still feel like they needed time, I feel like they wouldn't have said the date that it was coming out, or they would have waited and not showed us this yet, and maybe waited till like the fall or beginning of next year to show us this. Because they decided to show us this now, you know, they still got a whole half of a year of development that they could do for the game. And then who knows? They said 2025, so maybe it could just come out later in the year. You know, it could still be a cross-platform game. Maybe it's just not a launch game. Maybe they just release it after the system releases. Let's say we get the next console like March or April of next year, like in the spring. It's not necessary that this game come out, you know, in the spring of 2025. It is also possible that they like, okay, we need more time, let's just wait and release it in the holiday season, like November or something. Put it out for the next system, but then also just put it out for Switch. You can still put out Switch games. You know, the Switch will still be alive, right? Yeah, you said, remember they had to literally restart development of Prime 4. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, they completely started it from scratch. I do remember that. So yeah, it hasn't been as long. But I still feel like after restarting development, they know people have been waiting for this game for so long that I don't think they were going to show it and tell us a date unless they were really confident about it. But then it's Nintendo. They delay games all the time, right? That's what happened with Breath of the Wild initially. So it can definitely happen. Knowing Nintendo, they could definitely delay the game. But I feel like with this game in particular, they should be confident with their, you know, release date. If they're going to tell us the date for this game, they should be confident in it, or don't tell us the date. Except for Cyberpunk. What about Cyberpunk? I'm confused. They fired the old developer and brought Retro Studios back for it. And I would say don't bet on it being an upgraded overhaul for Switch 2, because development would need to redo all the assets with more texture details. I could see an upscale version or optimized for Switch 2 version, as long as Nintendo makes everything backwards compatible. That's also interesting, if the next system will be backwards compatible with the Switch. I feel like it should be, right? Because there's a huge catalog of games that are already out on the Switch, and people buying the next system will have the ability to buy and play those games. I feel like that probably is a feature that the next console will have, especially if it is, you know, still like a hybrid system like the Switch is. They might be developing it with Switch 2 dev kits. Breath of the Wild ended up running better on the Switch compared to the Wii U. Wii U, Breath of the Wild had frame rate issues almost everywhere. Oh yeah, you had the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild, I remember. You got that one first, right? And then you got the Switch one later. Very true, but optimization is easier than redoing assets and textures. I was saying Cyberpunk in relation to your quote, a bad game. Oh yeah, a bad game is forever. Yeah. Wait, Cyberpunk is a game that they've done good things with, right? They've improved that game over time. Cyberpunk is great now, yeah. But that's years after release, yeah. But we live in the age with DLC, right? And patches, and people can update games. So, you know, we don't live in the past. Like, I think when Miyamoto stated that quote, they weren't able to, like, patch the game up with software updates and stuff, or by adding DLC to the game. Like, once the game was done, it was done. There was no changing it. It was just out there. So I think that quote had more weight in the past than it does now, because nowadays, with any game, you can update the game and fix things. Even Mario Kart, I think, like, people complained about Mario Kart. One of the Mario Kart tracks, I think it was Coconut Mall, where they got rid of, like, the carts at the end, like, right before the finish line. It was like an obstacle. There were cars there with Shy Guys in them at the final, like, turn for Coconut Mall. I think initially when that DLC dropped, that wasn't there. It was empty. And the people complained. A lot of people complained and made a big deal out of it. And then Nintendo did a little patch where they just added those Shy Guys in carts at the end of the track. So, you know, they can do that nowadays, where in the past they couldn't do that. The game they put out was the game you got, and there was no changing it. Honestly, if the game looks like Prime Remastered graphics-wise, lighting and environment details, that's good enough for me. I got the Wii U Breath of the Wild game the day before it came out. Oh, yeah. Because it was in... Oh, it got delivered to you? You said delivered to me early. I no-lifed it for 10 hours that day. So you played it for 10 hours the day before it was supposed to be released. That's cool. I feel like you told me that before. I just didn't remember that. But yeah, I feel you, Tifios. Like, even if the graphics are similar to remastered, like, it's probably fine. Like, I'm sure, like, it's more about the gameplay and the story that people care about when it comes to Metroid than how it looks visually. Cyberpunk is a totally different game now. Wow. Yeah, I remember like the game was getting review bombed when it originally came out. It was very buggy, very messy, right? But I didn't keep up with it, so I had no idea that it was really good now. I did hear things, that they were improving it. I don't know if Fallout 76 is the same story with that game. Did they improve that game or no? I'm not sure. But I know they did that with Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2 wasn't that great, but over time, they've made that game a great game with updates and patches. Sounds like No Man's Sky. I heard that game is actually really good now. Okay, wow. There's a lot of these games that start off as trash, and then with updates and time, they slowly become good games. But it's a shame because, you know, the hype for the game usually dies out. Like, yeah, you maybe have that core audience that wants to stick it through with the game, but the thing is, you're going to lose a lot of your fan base if the game isn't good, you know, initially at launch. A lot of people don't want to stick around and wait. And a similar thing that happened with Mario Strikers Battle League. They started the game off with a very small roster of characters, and then as time went on, like every 2 months or something, they were adding like two characters, and it was like people are not going to wait around for these characters to be added. Like why weren't these characters all in the game to begin with? You would have had a bigger pool of characters, more state. I don't know if they added stages or not too later on. But if you're going to be adding all these things later, there's not a lot of people that are going to stick around. They're going to play the game initially and then see when there's not that much content in it, get bored with the game and stop playing it, and probably resell it. And that's what I did. I played Mario Strikers Battle League for a little bit. I pretty much got my full taste of the game within like a day or two. I experienced everything. I played with all the characters, played on all the courses, and I just got bored with the game. I was like, there's not much content here. And I ended up just selling it after a while. Like, I didn't just sell it after 2 days, but I did sell it after a while because I wasn't going to wait like 2 months for 2 characters to be released and then wait another 2 months for another 2 characters to be released. I don't know if it was 2 months or 1 month, but it's just like, you know, people aren't going to stick around. If the game doesn't capture you or you don't get like hooked into it right off the bat, a lot of people, the majority of the people that are trying to play the game are going to leave the game and never go back to it. And then they just stop caring about it and they don't keep up with it. So they don't really know when updates are happening and stuff. Or they just don't care because they just moved on to another game. That's why it's really important for your game to be jam-packed with stuff and really capture the fan base at launch. You want to make that good initial impression on the audience to stay there to play the game. And then if they stay there, play the game because it's good to begin with, then, you know, when updates and stuff happen, they're already kind of playing the game. And they kind of like just go right into it. And then sometimes like updates, if the update is big enough, it could bring people back to the game as well. But not for me. I feel like for me, I would just leave the game after I'm kind of done with it. DLC culture is like a whole nother thing. Like for example, like they also announced in this trailer, they announced Mickey's Illusion Island is getting a DLC content, which I've never expected them to do that. Me and Khadijah, we beat the game. We beat the entire story. We were done with it. We were like, okay, we experienced the game to its fullest. We're not really going to play this game again. And I sold the game. You know, that's why I buy physical games, because if it's a game that I'm not nostalgic for or something I don't care too much about and don't see myself playing again in the future, I'll sell it and make some of my money back on the game. So I sold Illusion Island because we finished the game. And now they announced DLC for it. And I don't have the game anymore. So I'm like, okay, I can't play the DLC because I sold the game. Same thing happened with Sonic Frontiers. I platinumed Sonic Frontiers. Fun game. Again, a game that I don't see myself playing again because it's kind of like one of those one-time experience games. I sold it. And then what happens? They announced DLC for Sonic Frontiers. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I don't have that game anymore. So, yeah, DLC culture is just another thing. where it's like almost like you have to hold on to every single game in hopes like, oh, this game might get extra content in the future. I do miss like the old days where we just got a game, it was that game, and it didn't change, and it was a good game. You know, I'm not saying like, oh, we got a bad game. Obviously patches and DLC and all that stuff is great for bad games, but it really makes it so people or developers don't put in their full effort to put out a great game at launch. I feel like if we didn't have DLC and patches, so many more developers would put in way more effort to make sure their games were good, because they know that in the current times that we live in, even if they're great, even though their game isn't the best, and they know it, they know there's bugs and flaws in there, they will still put it out there because they know they can just fix it later. And I think that's a big problem, where I feel like it's making people a little bit lazier. They're procrastinating, right? They're like, we could put this feature in the game, but you know what? We don't want to right now. We're lazy. Let's just put the game out, and then in the future we'll add it if there's a demand for it. I feel like in the past, when there wasn't DLC and patches, people just didn't have that option, so they just put everything they could into the games. They made sure the game was ready with everything they wanted to be in it at launch, because they knew once it was done, they weren't going to be able to add anything later. Alright, that's my rant. But in general, let's just do a quick overview. So, Mario and Luigi Brothership, that's the first game I'm hyped for, and that's actually my #1 game that I'm hyped for from this Direct, coming out November 7th. I'm also hyped for Nintendo Switch Sports basketball coming this summer at some time. No release date, which is weird because it's coming out in the summer. You would think that we would have a release date for that game, but sadly no release date. But it'll come out soon, hopefully. Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports is another game I'm excited for. There's a total of 4 sports in the game, but the trailer only shows 3 clearly, which are basketball, soccer, and tennis. I'm guessing the 4th sport is going to be golf, because there's characters wearing polo shirts and like that hat, the beret, I guess, which is kind of like a common outfit people wear when they golf. Polo shirts are also something people wear when they play tennis, so I don't know if that's a tennis outfit or if that's a golf outfit. But I didn't see any golf gameplay, so that's a little confusing. Donkey Kong Country HD, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD is coming to Switch. That's the Wii game. They're bringing that to Switch. Game I've already played on the Wii. Very great platformer. We might pick it up if DJack's down to play it. It has a multiplayer mode, so me and her, we can play through the game together, and I could replay these levels. It's a great platformer, so it depends on her choice. If she wants to play this game, we'll get it. If not, I could see myself skipping this game, saving the $60 if it's going to be 60. I feel like at this point this game should be like $40. It's probably going to be 50. Most likely it'll probably be like 50. I don't see them charging 60 for it. What else was I hyped for? Let's skim through this. Oh yeah, Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. So we're getting A Link to the Past 4 Swords. That's awesome. Game Boy Advance game that you could play with up to 3 friends. That's awesome. And then Metroid Zero Mission is coming to Game Boy Advance as well. You also got some M-rated shooting games like Turok and Perfect Dark coming to the N64. Then Super Mario Party Jamboree. Super excited about that. Looks like they put a lot of love into the boards. I'm liking the mall, the racetrack, the tropical island, and then obviously the remakes of the Mario Party and Mario Party 2 courses. They only showed off 7, so I'm hoping they put in more. 7 doesn't seem like a lot, but I won't be surprised if these are the only 7 that are in the game. But yeah, and it looks like they're adding a lot more mini games. There's a total of 110. A lot of characters. I'm liking the vibes. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And that comes out October 17th. And then we got Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. First time we're ever playing as Zelda. People have been waiting for this for a very long time. And I don't think anybody expected it to be like this. But I am looking forward to it. It looks very charming. It looks very creative. It looks like they put a lot of effort into this one. And the level of freedom you get is very nice. Makes it so that everybody's experience through this game will be vastly different because you can play this game in multiple ways. And I do like that aspect of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, the amount of freedom the game does give you. Even though sometimes I do wish we had a linear Zelda, like we would go back to it, I do like the freedom elements at times. So it's cool that we'll be able to solve puzzles in creative ways. Not everybody's solution to puzzles will be the same. Alright, let's keep it going. Almost done. Stray is coming again, and I'm skipping a lot of games because there's a lot of games I don't care about. And then Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is coming out next year, 2025. And as of right now, initial impressions, it doesn't look the greatest in my opinion. But I'm hoping that future trailers and stuff win me over. But the truth is, I'm probably going to buy this game regardless. I bought Metroid Prime Remastered. I played it. I beat it. Then I sold it. So that's another game I sold. Because I was like, oh, I'm done with this game. But I also didn't see myself really playing that game again after I was done with it. But I'm hoping this one's different. Maybe this one will win me over. And again, Metroid Prime Remastered was like the first proper Metroid game I played. I did play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption on the Wii, but I only played it a little bit and didn't make it that far at all, so I don't even count that as me actually playing the game. But I'm hoping that this game has a lot of surprises that they're not showing us yet, and it wows me with future trailers. And hopefully it maybe even comes to the next system as well, because that'd be great as well. But it's definitely not in my top 3. My top 3 for this Nintendo Direct are definitely at number 1. It's Mario and Luigi Brothership. That's the game I'm the most hyped for. Number 2, I would say it's the Mario Party game, Mario Party Jamboree. And then number 3 is the Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom. So I guess Metroid Prime 4 is number 4. But I feel like I'm actually more excited for basketball. Tivio's going to get real mad at this. I'm more hyped for basketball coming to Switch Sports than Metroid Prime 4. Nah, we'll put Metroid Prime 4 at 4. It belongs at number 4 because it's Metroid Prime 4. Alright. I think I've insulted people enough. It's time for me to get ready to hop off. Thank you guys for joining today's stream. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you, John Gaming, for stopping in. Thank you, Iman, for stopping in. Thank you, Rob O, for stopping in. Thank you, August, for stopping in. Thank you, Alec, for stopping in. Thank you, Alex, 6th of August, for stopping in. And thank you, Tifios, for stopping in. I appreciate you guys all being here. Today was definitely a hype day. We got the Nintendo Direct. Great announcements. Looking forward to the future of Nintendo. This is going to be an epic summer of gaming. Got a lot of games on my list to play for the remainder of summer. Especially with these titles coming out. Link's Awakening has more meaning now with the next game that's coming out in the similar art style. Playing Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga on the Game Boy Advance Switch Online is going to be a vibe this summer, especially knowing that we're getting another Mario and Luigi RPG in the fall. So we're definitely building up to these hype games now. And I'm excited. You're welcome. You said thanks for the stream. Thanks for the stream. Going to watch your reaction to the Direct now. Alright. Thank you, Tifios. Appreciate it. Have a good day, Alex. Have a good day, Tifios. Alright. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, before I go, Minish Cap is happening this Thursday. This Thursday, June 20th, 6 p.m., 8 p.m. will be the first day of summer. We're kicking off summer with Minish Cap. So we'll be playing Minish Cap and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door side by side. We're going back to playing 2 games again, and it's just going to build from those 2 games. So as we finish Minish Cap, we're going to be playing Link's Awakening, which is another summer vibey game. And then maybe by that time, it'll be September by the time we finish that maybe. And then we'll slot in Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Still got to get used to that name. And then on the other side, I know Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is a really long game, so that's still going to take me some time to get through. So we'll be playing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and then when we beat Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, we'll play Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. And then I'm thinking of slotting in Luigi's Mansion 2 after that, and then maybe after Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, we go into Mario and Luigi Brotherhood. You see how I'm like just planning. I'm planning my entire schedule from now till like November, December. And I know I said I was going to do Cuphead in the summer, but at this point, Cuphead is out the window. I'm not doing Cuphead. Like, we're just going to be playing Mario RPGs on one side and then Zelda games on the other side. That seems like what the vibe is going to be on this channel from now until like November, probably. You said nice, you'll be there. Great. Can't wait to stream it. Can't wait for you to be there. And I'm looking forward to it. Never played Minish Cap before, so super excited to dive into that. And I've been very nostalgic for Game Boy Advance recently as well, so it'd be nice to kind of play that. I want to see some pixel art, baby. Some pixel art. I want some old school graphics. These graphics are too clean looking these days. While we were over here roasting Metroid Prime 4 for its graphics. Yeah, maybe Metroid Prime 4 graphics aren't bad. Maybe they're retro. They're old school, you know? Maybe that's what we need. We need old school. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Metroid Prime 4. Alright, I'm just rambling now. I'm going to get ready to hop off. It's been your bro, Super Bro Zilfie. I'll see you guys all on Thursday with some Minish Cap. Peace.